morning, everyone.
Good morning.
You're alive, right?
Yes.
So, good morning to our distinguished guest, the Director of ITDI, Dr. Manuel to also the great help from ADMATEL, the laboratory head, Commercialization, the Director of API, Engineer Garcia, to all representatives of government agencies and representatives from academia and from different industries. So, good morning to all of you. Public speaking is really not me. So, maybe this is my first time talking to many people. But ADMATEL is very close to my heart. So, I really, so forgive me if my speech will not go well. But I will do it for ADMATEL. Yeah. So, first, I will introduce what is DECA Technologies. So, to give you more about DECA Technologies and why we avail the services of ADMATEL. So, DECA Technologies is a unique wafer-level interconnect foundry. So, we call our company as wafer-level interconnect foundry and not an assembly or packaging company. It is also a semiconductor company in the Philippines. I think we are the first company in the Philippines that produce wafer-level products. So when we say wafer-level foundry, this is like a wafer fabrication, which we only, have in abroad, like in Singapore, Taiwan. The biggest is TSMC. So we are the first in the Philippines to produce wafer-level interconnect semiconductor product. So we don't usually do the wire bonding and substrate of the substrate. So we eliminate that and then we just put solder balls on the integrated circuits, and that's all, because that's the trend right now. Thinner packages for smartphones and gadgets. So, DECA Technologies founded in November 2009 with headquarters in Tempe, Arizona, and manufacturing facility in Laguna Technopark, Santa Rosa, Laguna. DOST-STII has been, I have been toured DOST-STII in our facility in Santa Rosa, Laguna, early this year. So, DECA, when we heard the word DECA, what does it mean? It's a Greek word, right? It's tech, right? So, DECA Technologies built on 10x thinking. That's why we are DECA Technologies. The philosophy that achieving exponential improvements can only happen by shifting from conventional approaches to manufacturing. DECA solar-inspired production line enables game-changing NPI cycle time. So actually, DECA Technologies, we can call ourselves as offspring of Cypress Semiconductor and SunPower company, the solar company. So our mother company before is Cypress. They funded DECA Technologies, and our location is actually in the compound of SunPower facility in Santa Rosa, Laguna. But right now, we are a fully independent entity company. So, while our software-driven lithography technology enables unparalleled speed and flexibility in manufacturing, typical semiconductor industry that requires photolithography requires mask. Our technology, our product doesn't have mask. So we have our photolithography is maskless. That's one of the edge of DECA Technology among other companies. And then we have what we have right now, our new technology is the award-winning M series. This M series is the future of fan-out wafer level technology. M series means mold. We have mold compound, but that mold compound is not for the purpose of encapsulating the IC. It is the purpose of it is to become the substrate, like the silicon as a substrate. So we expand the substrate by the mold compound. We have the number one or the biggest semiconductor or IC manufacturer in the world is our customer. So our award-winning M-Series fan-out wafer level technology with adaptive patterning has been adapted for high-volume mobile chipset applications and licensed to a leading manufacturer for dual-source production. So we also license our technology because our customer requires dual source, not only one source. So we license our technology abroad as well. We already licensed it to Taiwan, one of the semiconductor or assembly and packaging test in Taiwan. So fan-out wafer level technology is the process of embedding singulated die from a silicon wafer in molding compound to create a reconstituted wafer. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the wafer. So the wafer is a round silicon material. So that's where the integrated circuits are embedded. So with the molded compound, we actually produce a reconstituted wafer. We dice, we singulate the wafer and reconstitute it in a what we call a panel. This is a molding compound panel. So interconnect traces are fanned out through a redistribution layer or RDL to solder bonds to achieve higher I/O input-output density and flexible integration. So since right now we don't want the chip to be thick, so we want to be thinner, but the problem is the die size, the silicon die size is not sufficient to cater the input-output density of an integrated circuit. So we need to extend the substrate. So that's what we call the fan-out. We extend it by adding mold compound around the silicon die and fan out the other IOs outside the silicon die. So that's what is DECA Technologies. Okay, so I think I have to tell also the history of our partnership, ADMATEL and DECA's partnership. So I believe DECA is one of the pioneer customers of ADMATEL. I believe so. I first contacted ADMATEL on April 16, 2013 during the time of Dr. Blessing, the laboratory head at that time. This is to immediately ask her for the required documents for our supplier accreditation, as we are very excited to start engaging with ADMATEL. So as we have been availing actually the focused ion beam services and the transmission electron microscopy services in actually abroad. When we heard that, oh, there's one in the Philippines right now, so it's a big win for the Philippine industries. So we immediately contacted ADMATEL, and we also actually availed not only FIB and TM but also OJ, top SIMS, time of life, secondary ion mass spectroscopy, like the DSC, and other metallurgical services of ADMATEL. So that's what we had engaged in ADMATEL. Then on October 25, 2013, as well, our founder, former CEO, and now Chief Technology Officer Tim Olson, actually I received an email from him, a very delightful email. His team is based in Arizona, telling us that Miss Melibet Ballard got his contact information from SAPI. So not knowing that we are already engaging with ADMATEL, Miss Melibet Ballard actually contacted him also, our former CEO and now our CTO. And Miss Melibet got his information from SAPI catalog members and introducing ADMATEL to him. We were so happy to know that finally there's an advanced analytical lab in the Philippines that we could outsource our advanced analytical needs. The reason why team was very happy is because aside from the advantage of cheaper cost, fast turnaround time when the analysis is done locally, also he loves analytical tools, is very technical, and he loves the Philippines and the Filipinos so much. So that's why we really support our city. In year 2014, our demand for ADMATEL services such as OJ, DSE, FIP, Top6 ramped up. Since DECA Technologies is a startup company, we utilizes analytical tools a lot for material and process characterization in R&D and engineering stages, and for problem solving, because as a startup company, challenges are high as part of our learning curve and maturity of our process. So to secure timely support from ADMATEL, so we created a service guarantee agreement with ADMATEL on November 2014, because the demand is really high, the urgency is really high, so we really need a support that we could depend on. Since then, ADMATEL is very responsive and supportive to our needs. There were times that we are calling, Jesse is one of the pioneers as well, ADMATEL, Dian, I'm not sure if he's here. Oh, okay. And Albert, the former laboratory head of ADMATEL as well. Beyond office hours, actually, that's actually a directive from our boss. And nothing to do with that. Even holidays and off duties to support our very urgent requests, and they were very reasonable. I would like to really thank the ADMATEL staff for being supportive. So, especially last year is really a very busy year in DECA Technologies. We've been issuing around $25,000 people to ADMATEL every quarter due to FIPCAP requirement to check for the titanium undercut in our RDL process as part of the product qualification. I think that 25. There were times that the 25,000 was issued in just 2 months, actually. So I think we issued around 5 to 6 times $25,000 to ADMATEL. If not, I'm mistaken, last year. So anyway, not just the surface analysis we are availing, we are also BJ also. I would like to thank BJ as well. She's also been very helpful to us because we spill over to ADMATEL some of our metallurgical services, the construction analysis of our product as part as well of product qualification from our customer. So, I think that made DECA as the number of customer at ADMATEL, right?
Yes.
Am I right? That also, thank you for your so very supportive and competitive staff. So kidding aside, the reason why we keep partnering with ADMATEL are first, of course, the people of ADMATEL. They are very customer oriented. very competitive, which produces high quality output. And secondly, the competitive price. Yeah. Plus, I'm actually personally a supporter of ADMATEL. So I could help in a little way our national testing laboratory to give competitive edge against other testing laboratories out there. So in addition, in my standard presentation about our failure analysis capabilities that we present to our customer, I stated there that ADMATEL is our external laboratory partner, which is 30 minutes away without traffic. As part of my promotion as well, which I also included ADMATEL capabilities in my presentation. So I actually ask permission. So even in our customer, I've been promoting ADMATEL and the services of ADMATEL. So see, DECA and ADMATEL have been partners for more than 6 years now. And also, did you know that the two pioneer analysts of ADMATEL were my former colleagues in DECA? That's actually, they were Bali, Patumabu, and Charis Mendoza. If I'm not mistaken, they were assigned previously in thermal analysis laboratory and metallurgical and chemical. Shilvani is my former staff in filler analysis, and Charis is actually a plating engineer in the. So I think this is a proof that DECA and ADMATEL already built a very strong relationship. And as long as I work in DECA, I will see to it that DECA will continue to be ADMATEL's partner in analytical services.